Hello everybody, my name is Lena. Welcome back to another video. So it's finally December. November was like a horrible month for me. I was so busy with school. Terrible. I actually didn't get to complete my TBR of November. So, to get started, I didn't finish my favorite thing is monsters, so I'm going to try and finish it this month. I'm not sure I will, because it really didn't hook me in. So, I'm just reading like a couple of pages a day. Going to keep doing that. So, just to get it out of the way. But the art is really interesting, but, I don't feel the plot yet. So, I need to finish this December. I don't even know how to describe this book, and I've been reading it for the past month. Another book I want to read this month will be Middle Game by Shannon McGuire. I've been just, kind of iffy about this one because I really like Shannon McGuire. Don't get me wrong, she's one of my favorite authors, but for some reason I'm not feeling this book. I've actually read a couple of pages, 42 pages. I think I put this one in my past Tom Topple, like in the beginning of the year, and I actually changed it for another book. Not quite sure, but yeah, I really want to get this one out of the way as soon as possible, because if I just leave it in my shelf, it's going to stay there for a while, and we can't do that, can we? So, we have Reed. He's kind of this crazy scientist type of guy, and he created these twins, Dodger and Roger, I think they are. One is an expert in linguistics and one is an expert in mathematics, I believe. And he's trying to make them gods or something like that. I'm really not sure. The beginning of the book is just like the creation of the twins. So yeah, I really don't know how the plot is going to go. Next we have The Bone Houses by Emily Lloyd Jones. So happy to finally have this book. When it came out, I was just like a bit hesitant. I wasn't feeling it, but then I realized that The Bone Houses, it's another name for zombies in this world. Yeah, I just bought it. Actually, I didn't hold it yet, but I will next month. So, in The Bone Houses, we follow Rin, like in the Bobby War. What a great book. She and her family are the grave diggers, I believe, of this village, and they have this wood surrounding the village where these bone houses are, and I don't know much else. I watch Holy Hearts Books review, and she kind of get me a little bit hype up, but I'm really excited to read this one this month. Next we have The Institute by Stephen King. I'm actually not the greatest Stephen King fan. I've read some of his books, but just not huge fan. But this book sounds so great. I don't know, I just really like when we have this kind of institution where the kids are all locked in. I don't know, I really like it. We have this governmental facility where we have all these kids locked up. They have different powers, and I love books with powers. And we don't only have the children, but we also have this new sheriff investigating all this stuff, and I love that kind of premise, so really excited to this one. I've been really struggling not to pick this one up in November, like in the middle of Tom Topple, but yeah, finally it's December. Next we have Rules for Banishing by Kate Alice Marshall, and I picked this one because it has a weird format. I believe that it's just not exactly as the Illuminati Files, but it has, like video footage, interviews, and that sort of stuff. And I really like that in every book. I really like books with this, kind of weird format. And I don't really know much about this one. Only that it's about a missing girl. Anything else, but format, it's great, okay? Don't judge me. Now we have Shadows of Self by Brandon Sanderson. This is the second book in the second era of Mistborns. I don't want to tell you much because, you know, there are heavy spoilers in this one from the first Mistborn era, but yeah, basically it's set on the Mistborn world, but you know, in a more advanced time. We have gunpowder and that stuff. It's more like a western than a fantasy, but I really like it. I don't know, I really like the characters from the first one. So yeah, as I'm trying to get to the Way of Kings, I really need to finish with Mistborn. I will read this one this month. Next, just, you know, a little bit of way fantasy, because why not? We have Shadowcaster by Cynthia Williams Chima. I really enjoyed the Seven Realms quartet by this author, and you know, I was really eager to jump into the next one because the covers are stunning. The first one was like so beautiful. It's kind of the same as with Shadows of Self. This is set in the same world as her previous quartet, so it's set like 15, something like that, years after the first one, and it's really great. I really liked the first one, but I didn't love it as much as the other quartet. But with the other one, I really didn't like the first one as much, so I'm hoping that we are going to have the same. I'm going to love the second one. I really want to get to Deathcaster. Next, stepping up a little bit, we have Before They Are Hanged by Joe Abercrombie. I read the first book of the First Law trilogy 3 or 4 months ago, but I didn't love it. I liked it. I really like Glodka, but I don't really enjoy books that are just focused on the characters that much. I'm more of a plot person, and the first one doesn't really have that much of plot. It's more like a very character focused book. So, you know, I was kind of like, meh. But the ending was kind of nice, and I really want to see Glodka again. So I'm really excited to read it this month. I was just, you know, watching it on my shelf, and I was just like, I think it's time. And yeah, I'm going to be actually listening to it because the audiobooks are great. The narrator, is it Michael Kramer? I'm not sure. But yeah, the narrator is great. Basically, in the first one, we have just, you know, this kind of war between the Union and the, I don't remember the name of the other guys, but you know, more like the savage kind of people. And yeah, we follow an inquisitor named Glodka. We follow a captain in the army named Jessel. We follow this kind of savage warrior called, I believe it's Logan Nine Fingers. I think so. But yeah, and actually more of them. But as I've told you, it's really a character-focused book. So if you're really into that, try The First Law. And the last book that I want to talk about today is actually a Spanish book called El Diario de Artelion de Diego Gago San Pedro. This book is not translated into English, and I'm really sorry about that. But yeah, this is basically a sci-fi book, and it's in a really nice format that I love, which is like a diary. We basically follow Artelion, and he's basically telling the story about how this new order conquered his planet. So yeah, I'm really interested in this one. Actually, the fourth one just came out in Spain, and I'm really excited. So that will be all. These are all the books that I'm going to read this month. That's going to be all for today. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!